Welcome to What's Tracking, Episode 1. I'm Marcel James. We have notes to help us along. We have Colin Liebig. We have Phil Steves, a.k.a. Steve Oropesa, our co-producer. And we're in Culver City, California, just miles away from Sony Studios. And we're not going to live up. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to live up to what they're doing at Sony. NAB show's going on this week. And so one thing we're looking at, because we're going to do a music video, and we're going to go shoot it with some motorcycles. So we're going to get a GoPro camera, and we're looking at getting one of these Phantom 2 Vision Pluses.
Can we use my motorcycle?
The Phantom 2 Vision Plus is it's like a GoPro built into a drone. And the drone can go 50 feet a second and follow the motorcycle around. This is crazy. This is the time we live in.
Test this out. I mean, my bike's outside.
We'll test. We'll follow you home. He'll be like remote controlling the drone behind you. NAB show that we're looking at cool new things that can marry up with the Zen and be used in productions that we're doing here in the video or in our Hangout series. So check out like news from NAB if you're interested in some of this video and audio technology. The show concept really came about because Antelope has a new product called Zen Studio. And we got to thinking about it and talking amongst ourselves, and we realized that Zen Studio is a lot more than just a music recording device or a mobile device, because it has so many mic pre's, sounds so great. It really is like bringing a world-class studio with you anywhere you go in the world. The company it's so much fun. I think this is reflective of technology now, but they're moving at such a rapid fire pace. So they develop so as we're doing the first recording at your place.
Yeah.
And so we're recording an opera singer.
Great opera singer.
Yeah, and there was an update there on the weekend in Europe. And they're working on an update. And I got the update like halfway through the session at your place.
Oh no, it was amazing.
And so we got the update and we just used it at the show. So we decided to try and show Zen in a way that became a part of what we do every day, and that's what this show is about. How you connect to it, how you can use it, how having all your mic pre's connected in one, being able to break out all of those tracks in a video production like we're doing today. So the great thing about the Zen, beyond that it sounds great, it's small, it's portable, it has mic preamps built in, it also has headphone volume control. The line outputs in the back are what's called DB25. So essentially there's 8 extra line outs in addition to your speaker outs and your 2 headphone outs, which are all adjustable from front knob. Right here, you'll see some lights changing. And so somebody asked us, hey, can we use this as a surround sound volume control? And just like 2-3 days ago, I asked our software team, hey, can you make it switchable so you can control 2 channels with the volume or 8? Now you can do 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound volume control with the box. Wow. And they finished it last night.
So
so within 48 hours they had the thing done. They just updated it and threw it.
How many mic pre's does it have?
12.
Wow, so you have 12 ins.
12 mic ins, 4 of which on the front can be what they call direct instrument inputs. So you can plug a guitar in.
Okay, hold on, question. So
you got me all excited.
Somebody who's just in recording school, this is the first real device they can record a drum kit with.
Yeah, it's
they
the
can
first
record
one.
a whole drum kit.
They might not need another device for 10 years. How many mics do you use on your drum kit?
Right around 8 to 12.
Okay, so if you go a little bit minimal, you go 8, because they sound great, so you're going to pick up. So there's you might not need 12 because the sound is so great. So you do 8.
Wow.
Now you got 4 left. Okay, so now you got a vocalist, bass guitar player. You can record a band, not just a drum kit. You can record a whole band.
Well, I think I get that aspect of it. What I'm saying is a lot of young people, they can't record full drum kits because their converters don't allow them to.
Famous Igor, 15 years ago, he made one that had 8.
So
he doesn't want to repeat himself.
It goes to 12.
It doesn't go to 11. It goes to 12. So let's take a look at the software, because that's where the other magic happens. So now you've got the 12 mic pre's, which show up on the top of the software here. And then there are the extra 8 line inputs, and here down below are your line outputs. It's Antelope's USB technology. It's called, we call it AUSB. And we have our own circuits we're able to do. On the Orion, it's the same circuit. We do up to 32 channels at 192 kilohertz, which is a really high sample rate for some of the guys out there that are new to technology like this. And this unit, we went with 24. This 32 does what it does. This does something a little bit different. But you could actually gang 2 of these because there's digital outputs on the side. So you can gang 2 of them and have 24 mic pre's.
So you can link them.
Yeah, you could link 2 of these together, just stack them on top of each other. So you can record it, and then there are 4 mixers. The mixers sort of collapse here, one on top of the other, and you see their color coding for what's routed into the mixer. And Colin, you can come over around. These are the mixers. And so now they're color coded to whatever the routing is that's going to the mixers. You see the routing below? Right. These are all running on DSP that's built into the unit itself. We're just remote controlling it. But all this stuff is actually running on the unit. So we have 4 real-time mixers. So what that allows you to do is you can create one mix of the drummer.
Right.
Another mix of vocalist. And maybe send out the 3rd mix to the rest of the band. And the 4th mix could be like a scratch recording mix. These can all be routed, so now I can go into my recording software. Now we're recording right now into Logic, and we can set up as many channels as we want into Logic. We're recording all of our audio right now here. You could just keep on recording all of those individual mics and the mixes. Pretty cool.
That's really cool.
And then there are compressors and EQs.
Well, that's
those can be routed in as well, and everything's nameable.
It's the quality of the compressors and the EQs.
Incredible. As a matter of fact, we had a 4-time Grammy-winning engineer, Brian Vibberts, here testing on Monday. It's like the first golden ears.
Dr. Vib.
Dr. Vib. And he was here at the mastering room on Monday listening to the EQ and said it sounded like the Sony Oxford stuff. And it's no coincidence because we worked with 2 of the engineers who designed the Sony Oxford console. If you look at the top, you have all of your preamp levels. Now this is your boom mic over there, number 11. Number 12 is mine. It's gonna do something a little extra here. I can name this, so we'll just call this Marcel's mic.
It's like a big patch bay.
It
all
is.
your ins and outs.
It
you
is.
can just put it anywhere you want.
It is a big.
You can capture anywhere you want.
We're geeking out here. This is a big patch bay. This is not the only thing we want to talk about today, folks. Now, for video guys, you know, it's what's so awesome. Like we're recording right now, and we're recording all of these screenshots with this software. We're going to take this married up with video. We're going to take the audio, and I can, like I said, if I had a situation where I needed to record 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mics in a video shoot, I could record them all into one application, Final Cut or Logic, and then I could take all those assets and marry them up at once to the video in my video editing software. So the power here is not needing individual recorders with 4 mic inputs each, all recording their own, and then having to take each asset from each of those recorders or each of those cameras and marry together. You could just take one file, one set of files that are all on 12 mics.
If you need more than 12, just get another one.
You just get another one. Yeah. So for video, it's really, really, really stupid easy. We spent some time last week talking about the Zen and other things audio and with Ryan Shanahan.
Wow.
Our friend Ryan. Ryan is the engineer for Zedd, and he's worked with Arty, and he's worked with a little bit with Avicii. He's a great guy. He's really sharp. He's got really cool ideas about how to work. And so he talks about his reactions to this and using Orion's. And
what did he do with that?
Well, we're going to find out right now.
Oh.
He did that. Let's hear from Ryan. So we're here with Ryan Shanahan. Ryan, you engineer mostly EDM projects.
Yeah, as of lately, yeah, I've been really up in the EDM world. A lot of different artists.
Like, what kind of guys are you working with?
I work with Zedd a lot. I'm working on a project with Arty. I did some stuff on the Avicii album.
Great.
And I work a lot with a lot of writers in that world, like Matthew Coma, and just a bunch of people. A lot of people in that whole world right now.
And we were talking, you using Orions on these projects.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And what made you choose the Orions?
I was just looking for something that had a decent amount of I/O and just had quality conversion in it. And the Orion, it came recommended from a friend.
Was another EDM producer,
yeah,
right?
Another EDM producer, a friend of mine who is in a group called Them Lost Boys.
Okay.
And he's like, you know, we're both kind of we're gearheads, and so we bounce ideas back and forth. He's one of a few engineer buddies of mine that we do that with, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm looking for something new because what I had wasn't, the converters that I had weren't great, and I just needed more I/O, more keyboards, more things like that to plug in. And so he's like, well, you should check out the Orion. And I said, well, I haven't heard of that. What is that? And so he explained it to me, and I was like, because I'd heard of the 10M clock, I knew of the company, and I knew what you guys were doing, and I was like, man, I have to check this thing out. So I went and I got it, and I plugged it in, and right away it was just like, boom. The difference was night and day. And I mean, I've used a bunch of different interfaces. I mean, I've used all the Digi stuff, new and old. I've used, you know, Apogee stuff. Just across the board, used a bunch of different interfaces. Plug this guy in, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, there's my song. Like I was hearing things that I just wasn't hearing before. It was crazy.
And didn't you start using more of the channels as you went along? Like you thought, I'll never need 32 channels?
Yeah, that's the funny part. I mean, originally the idea for the channels was to have hardware inserts, just to have, to basically use it in replace of a console. But as time went on, we kept adding keyboards, and it became like, well, I can't live without this now because we need all the inputs. And then, you know, electron drum kits and V drums, things like that. And it was like, wow, now I have all the inputs that I need for this thing. And it worked out perfect. It really
so you're
did.
growing into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What is it about the sound of the Orion that works for EDM specifically?
I mean, I would say just the clarity and the transients, because, you know, with electronic music, a lot of the music is you know, the transients are really, really important, having the right attack on things. And with the Orion, the clarity that you get with the top end, just being able to hear these transients and how far you can push them before you're distorting and you're clipping in you know, an unnatural way. You can't hear that with other things. We were using different interfaces, and we just didn't hear what was going on there. And it's like, wow, you can really hear the attack, and all of a sudden I was like, wow, we pushed that too far and we didn't even realize it because we just didn't hear it.
Weren't you were telling me something about you were running into like some other producers around the world and some of the work that you were doing, and they were using Orions too?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is like you like
that was
both
the funny thing.
finished each other's sentence or something about the transient.
That was the funniest thing, because I mean, I've talked with other guys, and I've walked into studios like, oh, hey, there's the Orion. What do you think? And usually it's you know, friends of mine that travel around to different studios, and you know, they're working with different gear all the time. And always it was the same thing. It was like, well, what do you like about it? And immediately it was like transients. It's like you can hear them. They're really, really clear in detail.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So we gave you a sneak peek at the Zen. We've been listening to it. We played around. We're recording into it right now, our interview. You have some thoughts about this box?
Dude, I'm excited about this thing. I mean, what can I say? There's nothing else like it. I mean, there are things that are close, but just not everything that this has. I was really excited about this because this is perfect for anybody that that has to produce in not a perfect environment, on the road, on a bus, in a bedroom, something like that.
And people really do record in these places.
I mean, everyone does it these days, you know? Everyone does it. So, especially if you produce out of a laptop, I mean, this is everything else that you would need except for what you have in your laptop. I mean, it's got, the nice part is that this now has a built-in monitoring section, and it has the preamps. So not only do you have the ability just to plug some speakers in and you're ready to go, but you have, and now you have the headphones too. You have 2 headphones, so you can have headphones, the artist can have headphones, you can cut a quick vocal if you have to. You can plug in a guitar, you can plug in keyboards, and it's just, and it's super small. I mean,
yeah, you were like amazed at we were both sitting here going, it defies logic, the weight, you know, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how everything fits in this little box, I really don't, but it's like half the size of what the Orion is, like in the depth. It's just, it's so cool. I really can't wait to dig in and really get a chance to rock and roll with it.
People always, every time we like break the size barrier,
they
always say, well, you must have compromised the sound. And I did some tests for you. We listened some listening tests, we did some null tests.
Yep.
What did you think of the sound?
I think it sounds great. I didn't feel like there was any compromise at all. I felt like this sounded every bit as good as the Orion did in the tests. Like just going back and forth and not even knowing what I was listening to, like which was which. It was like, it was perfect. I couldn't believe that you were able to match the two.
I can't take credit for that.
Well, yeah. I mean,
our team, Igor and his team, they astound me. They never cease to amaze me. Every year or two, I get a new product, and I just look at it, and I just can't believe it. And this is one of those cases where, I mean, I'm kind of stunned. So I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you like it, man.
I can't believe it has 12 preamps in it.
I mean, you're the target guy.
Well,
you travel, you work in this studio, you work in that studio.
But most people don't see the importance of having 12 as opposed to like 4 or 8. I mean, you could do a small band with this if you had to. I mean, you could record a live band in a venue if you wanted to.
And
that's drums.
That's something we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So you record musicians. Your project, you record vocals. Zedd plays drums. You're recording drum kits. So you're not just doing. We presented you as this EDM engineer.
Right? No. I definitely
you work at Interscope Studios. You're a real engineer.
Yeah, I mean, I handle most of all the organic recording. So that's mainly what I do. And that's what's really cool about this to me personally. I mean, if you were just using this for production, it's great. It's just great for just an interface, for the conversion and for the clock, and just for what you're hearing. But on the recording side of it, it's really cool because you can record anything you need to with it wherever you are. And I think that's really cool. Like, you could do a whole drum kit with this. You could literally just go, drum kit, I can do drums with this.
And we shall.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, I'm so excited to get the first kind of professional feedback from you, because I'm going to shower you with some praise. But Ryan Shanahan, you're going to hear from this guy more. He's the engineer of the future for audio. I think you're the quintessential engineer of the future. You are.
Too nice.
You're doing the EDM thing. You're doing groundbreaking stuff, and you're doing real organic stuff, and you're working with artists that are real musicians too. And I think that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the future. So I believe that these products represent the future, and it's great to marry them up with someone like you.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Good luck.
dude. Thank you.
Thanks for spending the last 20, 30 minutes with us. I don't know how long the show's going to be, but I know we ran over. We're really excited to be presenting stuff like Zen and other things to you, and we had fun. I hope you guys had a little fun. Write us. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to try and be a guest if you're in Southern Cal. What's tracking at gmail.com. No hyphen. What's tracking? We're here. From Colin, Steve, myself, thanks for joining us.